Hi, Dr. Hall. Are you ready for
Hey.
30 questions with the nobleman?
Of course. Take a seat.
Thank you.
Sure.
So, what were you just working on?
Well, we've been talking as heads of school across the ISL about the Triple E threat and just how that might impact some evening games. So I've been on the phone with a few heads today and talking with folks on our staff here about what we're going to do and whether we need to make any changes to keep everyone safe out there.
Ah, cool. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Steel cut oatmeal and a green smoothie to start the day.
So, what's your favorite breakfast?
I love pancakes, French toast, anything I can kind of cover in syrup usually hits the bill for me.
What's your favorite meal here at Nobles?
So I'm a huge fan of the salad bar. So I tend to put whatever I can put in that awesome new bowl they have. That usually is my deal. So lettuce and everything else on top. So salad bar junkie.
And how about least favorite?
There cannot be a least favorite thing when it comes to Flick dining services.
What time do you go to bed at night and what time do you wake up in the morning?
Okay, so I should tell you that I'm in bed at like 8:30. I try to shoot for between 9 and 10. There's times though it's between 10 and 11. It really depends if I have an evening event. In the morning, I try to get up around 5 so I can work out. And when I've gone to bed too late, I get up at about 5:45.
What's the first thing you do in the morning when you wake up?
Should not admit this, but I usually check my phone. Make sure I turn my ringer off at night, but want to make sure there's nothing that happened overnight with email or text that I need to know about. But I do not actually do email. I just check it and then start to get ready.
What's your favorite thing about Nobles?
Without question, the people. We are the people and who we are, and this is a very special place with people who are kind and warm, and the people here are the best.
Least favorite thing?
I think I worry about some of the people. I worry about some of the stress, some things that are endemic to here, but there's a lot of things outside of our control that cause a lot of stress and worry and anxiety. That's true for the kids and the adults, and it's something I really worry about and wish I could wave a wand and just change overnight.
What is one of the toughest things you've had to deal with here at Nobles?
It's a great question. I think, being being new, some of you are feeling the same way. I know when you were new yourself, you probably went through some of the same things. I'm the 7th head in 153 years and the first outsider head in a really long time. And so it's hard to come in and not know people. It's hard to come in and not have those relationships. And so that's been also, though, really fun. So it's been hard, but also a great couple of years of learning and getting to know this place.
Definitely. Could you elaborate more on what you meant by let's slow down at Nobles?
No, I'm just kidding. Yes. I really think about slowing down, not again as a wand I wave and okay, I declared it, so therefore we're slow, but really a commitment. Like we're going to hold ourselves accountable. I'm going to hold myself accountable, and I'm going to slip up, but I'm going to be slower in my schedule. I'm going to stop more for conversations. I hope that this inspires students to have permission to slow down, to go to bed that extra hour early. We need to look at our calendar and are there places we can say no to things so that we're not making it that much busier. So it's a commitment to slowing down, and it's one that I feel, but we all need to own. To hopefully move some ticks forward this year and really feeling that we are hitting a pace that allows for a little more fun, a little more time together.
Shifting the questions a bit, what's your favorite movie?
So I do like a huge range of movies, but I have to admit some of my go-tos that I've watched more times than I can count. Pride and Prejudice is definitely high on the list, and the Bridget Jones's Diary movies are ones that I just love. But I also love action films, and my kids who love the Marvel movies or things like that, I can get pretty into those too.
How about favorite book?
Willa Cather's My Antonia is my favorite book.
Who is a celebrity you admire?
Bruce Springsteen. Anyone who's known me for more than 10 minutes tends to know that he's top of the list for me.
Why?
He is the boss, right? Any more needing to be said?
Nope. Someone at Nobles you admire?
Oh gosh, that feels like a hard one to answer because of course everyone I work with and everyone who I see in our hallways is, I think one that jumps out at me of someone who I just was inspired by is Class 1 student Brian Thomas, who last year in his NED Talk shared some of why I was so inspired. Just that journey from really debilitating injury to being able to get up on stage and talk about it and be up playing a slide guitar, and just the inspiration of that kind of resilience and bravery and vulnerability and being able to share that, I thought was just awesome.
If you could change one thing in the world, what would it be?
Oh, there's a lot of things I'd love to change. I'm going to cheat and kind of say two things, but they relate. I wish this world were a kinder place more of the time. If we could replace the hatred and anger with kindness, we know it would be really different. But related to that, I wish every human being on this planet just knew that they were seen, knew that they were known for that, valued for that. If everyone felt seen and valued, I know that would make a massive difference to this planet.
How about one thing at Nobles that you've either been hoping to change or want to change?
I mentioned earlier the stress piece. I really feel strongly about us making an impact on that. And what can we do to help give students the toolkit to fail safely and know what they can do when they graduate Nobles and their advisor is not right behind them and they hit a level of stress, just knowing that you're equipped to be okay and to navigate life in a way that you know you're going to thrive, not just while you're here, but beyond. And that's something we're working really hard at doing. Yes?
Hi, sorry to interrupt.
no,
Can I just grab your signature
Sure.
on a faculty grad school tuition form?
Of course. This is Mrs. Overzet. I'm not sure if you know her.
guys.
She is extraordinary. In addition to being my assistant and making sure everything in this office runs and hums, she has a huge impact on other school events and other things that really make such a difference for our community. So she's a rock star.
Oh, well, thank you.
You are welcome.
I also wanted to just remind you that in about 10 minutes, the NTC is expecting you
Oh,
at the rehearsal for Smokefall.
Absolutely. You better see Smokefall. You want to walk with me?
Yes. So, Dr. Hall, where did you go to college?
Princeton University.
Cool if we do a rapid fire poll round of questions.
Absolutely. Go for it.
So, Nobelonians or Greensleeves?
Oh, it's like picking a favorite child. Both.
All right, plays or musicals?
Another tough one. I love both. I probably gravitate more towards musicals, although there's some plays that have been awesome that I've seen recently.
Assembly in the Tent or Assembly in Lawrence?
Ooh. So I will say this fall's assemblies have been my favorite since I started here. They've just felt like this great, we're all in it together with this great assembly tent adventure, although I know some of you are cold. But the new Lawrence space, I know that's going to be just awesome too.
Techno Dance or Fall Fest?
So as head of school, I'm not really invited to either, so I can't comment.
Long assembly or normal assembly?
So both. So long assemblies, to me, my schedule having the 40 minutes where I'm just sitting and listening and thinking, I find to be so inspiring and hearing great folks come in. So some long assemblies for me are just such a highlight. But I also love the short assemblies with this kind of packed essence of Nobles in 25 minutes, which can be just the best way to start the day.
Yanny or Laurel?
I'm way too uncool, unfortunately, to answer that question.
Do you like memes?
So I like funny ones that are really funny. I have a third rail around mean memes, and I have a hard time when I know they're hurting people's feelings or at people's expense. Those I hate.
What's the funniest meme you've ever seen?
I can't think of one in particular, but there's a theme to some that I find are really funny, where they're a parent, kind of like what it's really like to be a parent, where they'll have the meme with some kind of funny caption about real life at home with kids that can often make me laugh.
What is the best gift you've ever received?
Okay, so when I was in high school, 16, and my dad spent maybe $1,000 on some 15-year-old Volvo where the hood didn't match the rest of the car. It had an 8-track player in it. I think it dripped oil consistently until it finally died. But having a car that was mine, the liberation from that, I can still remember the first time I drove in that car and what a cool feeling it was.
How about the worst?
Oh, any gift that's a real gift can't be bad. If someone gave even an ounce of thought to it to me, I mean, how could you not appreciate that? My daughter regifted to me for my birthday the frozen necklace that I'd gotten her for Christmas last year. So even that had value in regifting something I bought for her.
What made you choose Nobles?
Back to the answer earlier about the people. This place is the people, and coming to campus for the first time is something I'll never forget. Just the kindness, the warmth, the way people invest in this place, that to me was the difference maker without question.
All right, so one last question. What is the thing you're most looking forward to this year?
So many things, but probably the reopening of Lawrence. I just can't wait to get back in that space and see the magic that happens and know that we're going to kind of all feel that this assembly tent adventure is coming to a really neat conclusion. So I'm really psyched for that.
Thanks, Dr. Hall. Is there anything else you'd like the students to know?
Come visit me. Stop by. I've got candy, which I shouldn't be advertising too broadly, but just come by and say hi. Come ask me questions. If there's some that weren't asked here, come share your story. I might ask some questions back, but would love to have you visit and just get to know you better.
Thank you.
Thanks.